You will be surprised what happened in 2009. Anybody remember 2009? I remember 2009. And I hope I will remind you what happened in 2009 if we play a short video of a famous person in 2009 in DRC.
I'm at Unikin. Mrs. Clinton. We've all heard about the Chinese contracts in this country. Their interferences from the World Bank against this contract. What does Mr. Clinton think through the mouth of Mrs. Clinton? And what does Mr. Mutombo think on this situation? Thank you very much.
Wait, you want me to tell you what my husband thinks? My husband is not the Secretary of State. I am. So you ask my opinion, I will tell you my opinion. I'm not going to be channeling my husband.
So some people in the West have seen this video, right? And as you're watching, you're probably getting very angry at the young Congolese who ask about her husband. My lot was lost in translation. That's not what the student asked. This was not the toughest question, by the way. The toughest question was a young woman who came in front, picked up the mic, and she told Hillary Clinton, if tomorrow I'm the Prime Minister of the Congo, will you assassinate me?
Whoa.
Right? So there is actually a New York Times article that kind of mentioned that question, right? They were very, very tough question. These students and many young students really understood what China was doing in 2008 after the Sendai Accord. And there was an influence, right? In the context of the Congo in 2009, Congo had $14 billion of debt from the World Bank. Most of this debt are odious debt, going all the way back to the Belgian colonial time, where we as an independent country had to repay. So the World Bank and the IMF told the Congolese government, if you want us to forgive your odious debt, you need to renegotiate the Chinese contract. That was already the pressure after April of 2008. And it was ongoing. Assistant Secretary of African Affairs, Carson, flew before her to the DRC in 2008, end of 2008. As he flew, in his press conference, he spoke again about the Chinese contract, that it needed to be renegotiated. It did not happen. Then she came, and the student asked, we see the interference of the World Bank and IMF around the Chinese contract, and ask her, what do you think? The translator said, what does your husband think? That's not what the student said. But regardless of the context, she never answered the most important question asked by a student in Kinshasa about the US interference, and that question was never answered. And what happened when she left Kinshasa? The $9 billion deal became $6 billion. She was there for 2 weeks. By the time she flew out, renegotiation started. The Chinese ambassador at the time, interviewed by the Financial Times, said, the World Bank and IMF, I'm not paraphrasing, the World Bank and IMF are blackmailing the Congolese government. Direct quote from the Financial Times.